Alright, hello and welcome. So, Baro is here. Let's see what he's got.
Ah, I can see you're no stranger to the finer things.
Okay, so, first and foremost, Prime Continuity. Obviously, this is a fantastic Prime mod that goes on a shit ton of Warframes, and you should absolutely pick this up. Probably the best thing that he has here today, if you don't have it, and I think we haven't seen this for quite a little while, so it's nice that it's back. Besides that, we have the Impact mods, and these in general are just not very good. Impact is just, it's like not an amazing damage type, just in general, it's not like Slash, and while these are maybe okay in certain cases, they generally just won't be. And even, especially, I guess, Collision Force, which there's a Prime mod that totally outpaces this if you were to go in the Impact direction anyway, so this one's definitely not worth it. So that's a bit disappointing. Otherwise, we have the Prisma Tetra, which is Mastery rank fodder if anyone needs that. And then we have the entire Prime EOS set, which is a very nice set. I actually particularly like the chest piece on Banshee Prime, so I'll show that off whenever we get back to the ship. Then otherwise, we have these fucking mod packs. Don't buy these. Don't do it. If my streams are anything to be noted, there's nothing in them. You guys have sent me like 300. There's nothing. I got like a kinda maybe okay mod in one pack out of hundreds that you guys have fucking sent me. They're not good. Don't buy them, especially not for Platinum. And otherwise, we have the Nexus Gene Masking Kit, which we're going to take a look at. And this is nice. Taking a look at it already, and it's a good masking kit. I like the fur pattern, but we'll talk more about that when we get back to the ship, and then we'll head on over to console.
Come back soon.
Alright, so here we are back in the ship, and I already have all of the EOS Prime stuff equipped, so let's randomize some colors, see how it looks. I think this set is really nice, and then we're going to check it out, how it looks on my Banshee Prime, and then we're going to move on to the Kavat stuff. So, let's get started. Pretty solid overall, with Xscale colors, of course. Yeah, and yeah, it's a good armor set. I think the arms are probably the most worth it part, as the only place I've really found a use for the chest piece is on Banshee Prime, which we'll nod over to right now. Yeah, and then this is how I have it looking on my Banshee Prime. I think it looks fantastic. I think it fits really well, and it might just be the sigil that I'm using on her chest, which is the Psychuta sigil, for anyone that's wondering. I think it looks really good here. I think it fits the way that her chest is modeled. It just slots right in, kind of like it belongs there. So would definitely suggest getting it if you are being a big fan of Banshee Prime right now, as I think it is a very solid chest piece for her. Otherwise, we have Kavat stuff. So this is the fur pattern, and these are all the colors that come with it. It is very colorful. That is pretty obvious. If you're looking for purples and pinks and that kind of stuff, it's a good way to go. The white that comes in this pack is also pretty solid, as you can see, the Nidus white. And then, yeah, I mean, there's not much more to be said about it. The fur pattern itself, I think, is pretty good. I think it's outpaced by the Solstice pattern myself, just because I think the Solstice pattern is really, really nice. But this pattern isn't for your taste, then there's that. Also, if you didn't get this pattern, then I think the Nexus is definitely a good one to go for. Yeah, the colors are good. They're solid. They're really shiny, but neither here nor there really. Yeah, solid Kavat stuff. If you're fashioning your Kavat, it's a good way to go about it. So with that, let's head on over to console and see what they got today. All right, so over here on console, as you can see, today is the day. You guys can finally get the AKLEX. And, as you all know, it's a very, very good weapon. So I would suggest you pick some of these up. Although, I will advise, because I did this, I made this mistake, I bought 15 of these. You probably really don't need 15 of these, unless you're looking to get the commons from it as well or something. Because if you're going to get these and radiant them, it's going to take you on average 3 of these to get the AKLEX Prime link. And you're probably going to get the AKLEX Prime blueprint in the course of getting the link, so probably maybe start buy like 5 of them. Go easy on it at first, and then buy more as needed. Because you're pretty likely to get it as long as you join one of the farming parties that I'm sure are going through and popping these relics today. So, I highly suggest you go and get your AKLEX on. Otherwise, we have the Quanta Vandal and a Quanta Atheist skin. Quanta Vandal is a very good weapon. Quanta Atheist will allow you to recolor it. A bit expensive for both, but definitely worth it in my opinion. Redeemer Exilus skin. This skin looks fantastic. We've shown it off plenty of times in the past. Tempo Royale, Astral Twilight, and Vermilion Storm. Tempo Royale is probably the most worth it out of the group here, as this is the hardest to farm of them. Astral Twilight is pretty common and definitely not worth 400 ducats. And then Vermilion Storm is fine. Pick it up if you've got, like, Venka Prime to use it on or what have you. It's, like, a good stance overall. And then the Machete Wraith is just mastery fodder. It's a machete. It's just abysmal. It's 410 ducats of mastery fodder. The Katir Sentinel Mask, I think, looks fantastic. I use it on a ton of my Sentinels, although that has changed slightly with the new Prime Access accessories being very, very nice. And then the regular Katir Sandana, which I don't think looks great personally. I would suggest you wait for the Diax, maybe, especially at 500 ducats. And then we have the Mantis Prisma skin. This thing is fine enough if it loads. All of the ship Prisma skins, I think, look pretty good. And this one is no exception. I think it looks quite nice. So, that's all we got for Baro today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.